All right, all right. How are we doing now? All right, welcome.
Hello.
Testing out some new equipment here today. As we have Hubbard versus Salem in our first game here at the Cardinal Classic. Hubbard looks like those look like throwback jerseys a little bit. Just a little bit of throwback jerseys there for Hubbard. All righty. Here we go. We're getting all of our audio here today.
And as the game starts, I will say I always enjoyed the Canfield Showcase. It's kind of your first team event. See what you got. Doesn't matter if you want to lose. Obviously, you want to win, though. But first time you get to see your product that you've been working on all summer, all off season, trying to bear some fruit. We got Hubbard in blue today. We got Salem in white. Looks like Hubbard's playing a 4-back. I haven't really looked more into that yet, but it's a good combination play on the outside by Salem. Hubbard, though, with a lot of numbers back. Salem's playing a pretty high line. They had all 10 field players within 30 yards of each other.
Yeah, they are. Now, what would you rather do there? A little short instead of just blasting it long? Keep possession?
I wish that I had this camera in place. I would know what you're talking about. But no, I always prefer keeping. If you're talking about that goal kick, I always prefer trying to keep possession. I don't think Salem's really had been under the gun or anything. So
No.
if you're under constant pressure, sometimes giving a dust boot up the field is the right answer. But
Number 10, I believe that has to be the head coach's relative. He runs just like him, looks just like him. And I believe from last year there was a Reinhardt on the roster.
he was a freshman last year, one of the better players on the team. He had a couple of freshmen last year that were difference makers at the varsity level.
That's something you like to hear, too, is a lot of talking. Communicating with the other players on your team.
Yeah, it's nice we can actually hear that stuff this year, too. And so can the fans.
Yeah. Instead of just you and I in a tin box, a.k.a. the coffin. And so we got, 40 minutes? 33 minutes left. Seems to be a lot of possession by Hubbard. Sam's bailing water, chopping wood.
Chopping wood.
Nope, you need that. Seems like a good old two-hand shove. Referee Saki Atstis is all over it.
That was the patented old double arm shiver right there.
Like,
Circa 1999.
oh, God. The massacre years. Ooh. Is it the first shot we've seen?
That was the first shot right there.
And do we get it in frame?
It was in frame.
Wow, this is like we know what we're doing over here. We'll start testing out this sound effects board. Might be the grand opening, grand closing of that. Smart play. Hopefully during the season we have some rosters and we're able to talk about some players instead of just kind of picking out numbers that we see here. Oh. Referee on the far side saw nothing in it. Three touches or 3 seconds. Looks like Hubbard's sticking to that.
I heard that phrase a lot throughout my years.
I talked to my nephew. He's playing for Ursuline. He's an incoming freshman. He said that they are running Thompson's. Nice save. Wasn't that hot, but seems a bit humid out today.
It does. You know, I'm actually surprised to see Salem's keeper wearing his full goalie jersey.
It was the first foul.
As a goalie in the preseason, I'd probably be wearing a different color T-shirt, but want to protect those elbows probably.
You mean Hubbard's?
That's what I meant, Hubbard. Sorry.
We know.
Yeah, same thing.
People at home were screaming it at the TV.
Yeah, same thing but different, right?
The 3 people that might be watching this. It's a great ball. 27 might have been offsides, but 9 is not. Controlled. Oh, you got caught up on the bright pink shoes. This is where, if I'm well, again, different coaching styles, but if I'm Hubbard, I'd have my defenders getting up in the attack a little bit more, pushing up a little bit more, because they're only keeping one guy back, and it seems like you got that covered.
Right. One thing I don't like, though, is it's 1v1 in the middle of the field. I don't like that. I always try to bracket that one player up top when I try to keep you honest like that, but I completely agree. Push your outside backs up, center, bracket that player with your center backs, and attack with 9, 8, whatever it would be.
We hear Phil Simone going crossing his side by side. Also see a little Kona ice truck out in the distance. Might have to go there in the middle of our broadcast.
In the middle?
You might be left high and dry for some Kona ice. All right. I like to do my best Matthew McConaughey impression. All right, all right, all right. He's yards offsides. If I'm not mistaken, both of these teams just have one team in this tournament. I was trying to check today. A couple noticeable absences. There's a no Howland team in the tournament today and no Austintown Fitch.
Yeah, a little surprising. I think Howland normally puts at least a JV team in. I know Fitch normally puts a couple teams in every year.
Mm-hmm. This might be the first time since 2011, maybe? Maybe since they've been doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he did not want that left-footed shot. That's a tough one.
I'm going to say by how many people Salem has on their bench, they probably brought their whole roster for this game here. Like you said.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Salem has some speed. If they can get a big switch, it's going to look good for him. Or that. That didn't look too bad. At the 28-minute mark, 0-0. Just a couple shots on goal, surprisingly by Salem, who has not had a lot of the possession today. It's a scary ball. You got to really trust your keeper. Fancy. Yes.
That's a fantastic running ball.
Oh. What? Ooh. We're going to disagree with the ref.
Just did a bad thing. I regret the thing I did.
Someone is going to have to take that off you.
I tell you what. I'm just waiting for the first top net goal of the year. It might blow out the speakers. There you go. Smart play. Keep possession. No need to just boot it up the field.
I do think the high line that Salem's playing is kind of bogging down the middle of the field. Not a whole lot of space to create much quality looks or anything like that. Not many, I should say.
When the couple times Hubbard did have some space, they were trying to take advantage of it, just closed down by a good defensive four that Salem's keeping back there. Yeah, look, they're getting suffocated. There's 4 and 5 back every time, but
Looks like number 11 and 22 up front for Hubbard has some nice skill and some blazing speed.
yeah.
I like to see what they can do as the season progresses and get some chemistry going with everybody else up there.
Yeah, a couple long leg forwards. Take a couple steps, they're 10 yards past you.
Random observation, but is Canfield's, are their goals like the most shallow goals that you see all year?
Yes. Where if it goes over the line, it's in touching the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got like the backstop of the football field back there, so it's hard to see anything. You hit it hard, it comes right back out.
Just call it a backstop.
Yep. That's what I said. We in the third inning?
If I knew cricket, I'd try to reference that. I was going to, but it would have been bad. Worse than me just talking about it. Ooh, good ball. Great ball. Keeper comes out, does his job.
That's one thing about playing a high line. Normally, your defense ends up flat, which leaves you susceptible to those balls over the top or those diagonal balls through the middle.
All right, what's this kid about to do?
Dust boot? No?
Das
Sure.
Boot.
There it is.
Yeah. Hopefully that enhances the production and
It
doesn't
definitely
take
enhances
away
your
from it.
it enhances your
Making my day. It's a nice ball, but it seems like they're putting their forward on an island. Just saying, hey, we're going to send only one up and try to catch them on either a counter or on a through ball. Or which is a combination of both. Oof. A foot away from being a really good play.
All right.
Trying to place the referee on the other side.
He's at the 25-yard line. Oh, that's not what you meant.
It's a good one.
He looks familiar.
As we hear the next team dismounting the band shell. Sounds like a teeter-totter. Do you call it a teeter-totter or a seesaw? I know these are the questions everyone wants to know.
I just call it that. No, definitely a teeter-totter.
Yeah. But that's what it sounded like, just FYI. Got control. Someone's got to show two. Break out wide. They're playing very narrow. No one's outside of the football lines.
Yeah.
Both teams. And on cue.
Tell you what, props to our regular camera guy.
Yeah.
Who unfortunately couldn't make it.
And congratulations to him, too.
Absolutely.
Our camera guy and big-time player in Steel Valley Soccer, Chris Platten, had his second child over the week. Him and his wife, Marissa.
But I find myself watching a game and not watching through the camera. That's why you'll have some spots where the camera doesn't move for a second.
Yep. That'll be me next game, Dan. I'm just happy all the equipment we bought works. It seems to be going
We hope, yeah.
going well. Hope it does. We could be talking to ourselves. Who knows? Okay. Some speed here. Nice left-footed ball crossed.
We covered Salem versus Crestview last year at the end of the year, I do believe.
And that amazing free kick we happened to miss.
Yes. But I don't really see a whole lot of familiar faces from last year's Salem team. I see some, but I don't see.
Correct.
And that ball is now in Austintown.
Das Boot.
I love the fact we can mute ourselves so we can talk. That might be the greatest part of this.
Unfortunately, I can still hear you. Got a corner kick coming up here for Hubbard. I'd like to see how they line up for this.
You want to hear another sound effect, Dan?
Give it to me.
This is parking the bus.
I hope everybody else can hear that 3D sound effect. That was moving in my head.
Hey,
In my ears
thanks.
there.
Little pan action from left to right. He's inside the whatever that is for lacrosse.
Oddly specific.
The crease, from what we're being told. Go from there. Get numbers up. First shot, sort of. Oh, they say deflected for a corner. Staying in the Hubbard attacking third. Hubbard looks like they're bringing on some young subs.
Looks like
Goalie
Hubbard
change.
doesn't even know it's a corner. They must have a. Looks like Salem questioned the call. It's probably right thing there.
Can we go to VAR?
VAR in the Premier League will probably say that was a goal. As bad as that is.
At 18:43 left in the game. These games are only, what, 50 minutes, 40 minutes?
40 minutes, yeah.
40, God, why?
That's a good ball in.
That is a great ball in, but everyone was already into their run before it got there. Looks like they changed the ball. I swear there was a green ball that was out there, a yellowish green.
Yeah, probably. That one ball got booted in Austin time, remember? So they're probably,
That's right. They're fishing it out of Lake LeBlanc right now. Good step. Shot. Low. Hey.
Looking up top, I think that is Bailey for Salem. With the curly hair in the middle of the field.
Oh, boy.
Lance Bailey.
You're testing my eyes. Right here?
Yep.
He was the one with the free kick, right?
Yep. The best one we missed all year.
The right way to put it. We. Not just me, the camera guy at the time. He's going to pull it back. Yep. Way to stay with it. Play through the contact. It's a tough one. But just look at how many numbers they have back. Is he going to keep? Yes, he is. But he looks up and he sees all blue jerseys. Nice to they're letting him play a little bit. Great ball. 22's in. Can he get it? Taken away from him. And given.
Das Boot.
Yeah, that was a great tackle right there by Salem's defender. That was all or nothing.
Yeah, we have a possible injury off to the side here for Hubbard. The way he's walking may be... I don't want to speculate. I don't want to say anything wrong. I mean, I love to speculate, just not with injuries.
I'll speculate you're going to hit a soundboard
Jesus, yes.
clip here in a minute. Was not expecting that to be the one you're going to hit.
And getting to know the equipment, I had to stay at home with the kids, and that was one that got added, the Maxwell song.
What's that? What's that for? What's that signifying?
Some sort of cat that...
I mean, like in the game. What's the purpose in the game?
I don't know yet, but I didn't want to be without it. You know, rather be caught with it than caught without it, right? That's a great ball. It's a great run. Just got to get past one guy and gets a corner.
Looking to play quick, but...
But the rest of his team wasn't.
Right.
Now, on corner kicks, I know we talk about this ad nauseum. I'm more of a man marking, stay with your man, don't get beat one-on-one. This looks more like a zone that they have set up.
Right. No, I like to put two guys in the middle for zone, and then everybody else man marks, if you have the numbers to do that.
Does anyone know what that sound is?
Puberty.
That is the Roblox sound. He's offsides.
No, like you said, man marking is much easier for, talking, stuff like that. You don't have to worry about who's going for the ball. You mark, your guy goes for the ball, you go for it. But I always like to put my two tallest guys in the middle just to be the main targets to head it out.
Almost like a safety in football, just to be there without any responsibility so they can just attack the ball.
Das Boot.
Every time. Oh, he's got someone open in the middle. He kept it in. He made it through. That was questionable. I think maybe if it was outside the box, they would have called it. Inside the box makes it a little dicier.
Is this the only sport that has that kind of unwritten rule that if it's not, it's only a penalty in certain parts of the field
or certain times of the game?
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know too much about maybe golf.
hit that button. One thing I noticed, Hubbard doesn't really have a whole lot of people crashing in and out on these corners.
No. It might just be it's a preseason tournament. They don't want anyone to get hurt. They don't want anyone to really rough into 50-50 challenges.
Could be.
He's going to bring it back to his right foot. No, left foot. Just up and over the bar. Nice cross. He just happened to be leaning back instead of coming and attacking the ball high. Looks like they got a photographer on the other side. Be nice to get some action shots. Now, Salem looks like it's got some speed and some strong players up top. As I say that, he just got bumped off. But they look to be playing long ball. Not necessarily possession. Ooh, I didn't think that would stay with him.
Looks like Hubbard has some youth on the field right now.
Mm-hmm. Just by the size of the players, right?
Yep.
Ooh, another shot.
That's speculation, though, you know.
Our favorite thing to do. We got to make a sound effect for that. Not quite sure what that would be, but all right. So if someone passes the ball to you and it barely gets to you, it's called a hospital ball, right?
Yep.
What's it when they rifle it at you?
Murder. That's what I was taught by a guy named Tavi out of Finley when I was going to get my coaching license. That's what he said. Any ball like that you can't do anything with is a murder ball.
Wow. The wheels of my brain are working for sound effects nonstop right now. I don't know what murder ball sound effect would sound like, but
Grand Theft Auto might have one.
ooh. Nice turn. Way to find the open guy. Square.
Very nice patience on the ball, too.
Mm-hmm. Nice Cruyff.
Think anybody knows what that is or who he is?
I was just watching. I don't think he was on the team when they did the whole, like, everybody sprint at the ball at once.
Total football?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other team, I think Liverpool might have done that, too, at a point in time. Because I saw a video the other day. Everybody ran at the ball, and the guy with it just chipped it up and then ran after it himself because he was the only one onside.
That was Liverpool, Manchester United.
I probably was.
Yep.
And I don't think they scored, though.
They did not. That field looked like a cow pasture, too.
We have a nice, beautiful, this Bob Dove field here at Canfield. Oof. Wondering if it's someone else with pink shoes or that's somebody different. There's a couple guys with pink shoes on Hubbard's field or Hubbard's team, excuse me. I was gonna say they moved their forward back to center defender, or kind of looks like they're playing a diamond in the back.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the button. It just solely has this. No other sounds, no other inputs go into it. That's the button. Individually, or I can back channel, or I can, like, if Chris is up at the top, and we have the wire, I can talk to him, and it doesn't go into the I like that. A little more possession there. You know what I'm going to keep account of today?
What's that?
How many 3/4 length pants people are wearing. Because it should be less than 5.
That's a reference there.
Yeah, it is. That no one else knows, so sorry, everybody else. Oh, you got number 2 right in the middle. But I just noticed Coach Reinhardt for Hubbard has the full-length pants, which is acceptable. A little hot for that, I think.
Yeah,
But
wouldn't be my first or second choice.
All right, under 10 minutes left. A little 8:43 left in the game. 0-0 tie so far. Looking out at other fields, it looks like there hasn't been a lot of cheers coming from the distance, signifying any goals. Maybe it's just some very, they did a great job scheduling these games and making the teams as even as possible.
How many years ago did they change the rule about goal kicks not having to leave the 18?
At least 4. Because I remember I got into an argument with a lady who was like screaming at the referee at a youth game that they changed the rule, and she said that she's played soccer and she knows the rules.
I mean, she says she knows it.
Yeah. I mean, she was wrong, but she said she knew it. Let's see what we have here. Lots of space. Nice.
He's a good player out there. Number 6 for Hubbard.
Das Boot.
Was waiting on it.
Yeah, it took me a second to find the button. Here we go. Oh, if he would have trapped it across his body and kept moving, he would have had some more space.
Looks like Hubbard's trying to isolate a 1v1 on the outside, opposite side of the field as a ball.
That right there.
Yeah, I think if Hubbard was to double that up, make it a 2v1 on the outside, I think you'd see a goal coming here. Salem's not bringing anybody back.
Dan, how long has this game been as the guy who's controlling the camera? Feels like forever, huh?
Say it again. What?
Does it feel like the game's gone on longer than
Oh, I see what you're saying.
34 minutes?
It maybe a little bit.
It's always the most stressful part. Again, can't say how much we miss our other partner, Chris Platten.
Maybe Salem does have 2 teams or something. I see their whole bench has got up and it looks like they're walking away for something.
We'll have to check the schedule in between games here. We have 10 minutes.
Looks like Hubbard's going to make one more sub, put their starters they had in the game back in.
7 out of 11 of them. They probably kept their defense in. That's what my guess is. My guess was probably wrong because I see some defenders over there. So there is multiple Salem teams. We just double checked. This is Salem 1, I believe. But it's nice of them to be on the bench and to be part of the team. Yep, Salem 2 is playing the Hubbard JV in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Kind of weird, huh?
That is weird how that worked out. I will say, it looks like when Hubbard gets the ball in the offensive zone, Salem's playing a high line, and they're just putting their forwards on the line with Salem. I would like to see one of their players break off, make a check-2 run, get them to move to try to open up space for another guy to run behind it there.
Yeah, be the target before the ball comes in.
Right. Create your space for the ball.
All right. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left, and we have Marlington and Poland warming up to play our next game, which we will cover here live. Oh, here we go. It's a good opportunity. Onto a strong right foot, but just a little bit outside.
Yep. First touch let him down.
Mm-hmm. Now he's offsides. Hubbard's not being pressured all that much. I mean, they're moderately.
See how there's no players in the middle of the field for Hubbard?
Yeah.
They have to create space there. Make the defenders choose to mark somebody.
Or possibly leaving it open for someone to jump into that
Yeah.
space and utilize it, but that hasn't happened yet.
Corner kicks. Were you a corner kick play guy, Tim?
As a player, no. As a player, it's just kind of try to beat your guy one-on-one and hope the ball comes near you. As a coach, we had the same setup every time, and we had 6 options coming away
Yep.
from it.
That was one of my most favorite things to do. I'd always try to bring like one each preseason, showcase, bring an extra one. Didn't want to show your hand too much to everybody else, but
Correct. I will say the difference in our game of the year last year between Howland and Mooney was a corner kick. Someone was unmarked. Guy taking the corner for Mooney found him. It was a DiGenova on the
Dante DiGenova.
receiving end of that cross, and boom, right in.
Is Mooney here this weekend?
Yes. We'll double check that. No Mooney is not here. Ambitious. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to go. That'll kind of slow things down here. Each team will probably have one chance to make a run at a goal here, and then it'll be game.
Ten minutes remaining. 10 minutes remaining.
I like that. I think they do a very nice job here of keeping everybody on time.
Yeah, it's a well-oiled machine.
You're going to say well-organized and well-oiled machine. It came out the same.
17. Yeah, absolutely.
Happens more times than it doesn't. Here we go.
There it is.
It's a great ball. If he could stay on side, number 9 just kind of floating. And he did. Poke back. Oop.
Hey, there's the camera. Oh, man.
It's just so fun to watch. It sucks to have to watch it through a little rectangle. Just over a minute, and I think that was Hubbard's best chance at a goal right there.
It was. I think the runs coming in were a little bit late. It was probably tired legs early on. Hubbard is trying to spring runs in behind through the diagonal balls, but I feel like they're not getting a whole lot of numbers forward with those runs. That'll come, though. Salem does play a very narrow game
Yes.
offensively.
No one was outside of the numbers there for a little bit. Until this player
right
here.
there. Until right now.
Until right the second after I say it.
Number 22 from Hubbard's been everywhere on the field. I think he's played every position other than goalie.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is.
That was a business decision there.
Good ball. 3v1 coming up.
It's going to be a goal. Got to go back post.
Anywhere but right there.
10, 9,
Well, as we hear it, we're counting it
7,
down.
6, 5, 4.
All right, we will be back in 10 minutes for Marlington versus Poland.